Hello, and welcome to another video on navigating the Windows 11 environment using a screen reader. Today we're going to focus on the Start menu, but not only just the Start menu, we're going to really narrow in on how to do a search within the Start menu and how to navigate those results. Today I'll be utilizing the Windows screen reader JAWS, but really any screen reader for Windows will work because most of the commands and the navigation we will be using will focus on Windows commands and not screen reader specific commands. Some of the prompting you get from a different screen reader might sound just a little bit different, but I promise the processes in this video are going to be the same. There are other videos on this channel that will focus on using the Start menu and other sections of the Start menu, so please feel free to review those if you are interested in learning about other areas of the Start menu, including an overview of the Start menu itself. So let's go ahead and get started. As you may recall, when you activate the Start menu, either by clicking on it with your mouse or by pressing the Windows key on your keyboard, you're going to have focus in the search field. So you can begin typing something that you're looking for. You can type the name of a program, the name of a file, the name of a setting, and we'll give some examples about how all of that works. But we're going to start out with an example of looking to open a program. And the program I'm going to type is Outlook. So I'm going to press my Windows key.
Outlook left parent classic right parent app press right to view options. Outlook left parent classic right parent app press right to view options 1 of 7. Outlook left parent classic right parent app press right to view options 1 of 3. Outlook left parent classic right parent app press right to view options 1 of 7.
So as you heard, our screen reader gave us a lot of information. And one of those was that I was focused right now on Outlook Classic. I could press right to view some options that I could perform. It said a couple of different things. It said it was 1 of 3, and it also said it was 1 of 7. We're going to explain kind of how that is laid out. You can sort of ignore that a little bit, but it gives you like this information, and it's kind of important to listen to it and be aware that it's there, but also kind of maybe store it in the background of your mind. So after you type in a search term, there's going to be sections of this search area that are going to depend on the term that you typed in. This is what comes up when I search for the word Outlook. Windows is pretty smart, and it's smart enough to guess whether you're looking for a document name, an item on the web, or another object or setting, or based on the text that you've entered. And there's going to be different categories that are available. In this case, there's actually quite a few categories, and this is kind of where we talk a little bit about some options that we have and how to navigate them. And you'll notice I haven't touched anything yet because I want to talk about what these categories are. For the most part, they're going to be best match, which is where we're focused right now, apps, documents, folders, photos, videos, settings, and store. There are also going to be other sections. One is back, one is filter results, account, and options. So those are all areas, and that's quite a few, isn't it? I mean, honestly, when you think about it. So what if I wanted to get to something that was at the end of that list rather than at the beginning? So we talked about how using tab is how we navigate between these sections. If I wanted to go backwards, I would use a shift tab. Shift tab is not a key on the keyboard, but the shift is. So to do a shift tab, you're going to hold in the shift key and press the tab to go backwards. To go forwards, you're simply going to press tab. I'm going to demonstrate that here in a second, but let me give you an analogy. Using tab is like moving forward among those items. So counting from 1 to 10. So pressing tab is like counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Of the approximately 10 items that may exist in an area. Using Shift Tab is kind of like counting backwards. So 10, 9, 8, 7. So if I know that the thing that I want to get at is closer to the bottom of the list than the top, that's where I'm going to incorporate my Shift Tab. So moving backwards from the bottom of the list. It also moves you backwards from your current location. So anytime you want to go backwards or count backwards, you're going to hold down your Shift in addition to tapping your Tab key. We're going to demonstrate that as we navigate this area. So I'm going to press the Tab key now.
Outlook, find results and apps, 2 of 7.
So this is the second area where I can find my results in apps. If I press Tab again,
Apps group, Outlook, left parent, new right parent, app, press right to view options.
that allows me to navigate the apps in this section by using my up and down arrow keys. If I press Tab again,
Find results and documents, 3 of 7.
I can find results for the search term that I entered, which again is Outlook, in documents. So I can use my up and down arrows to do that, or I can press Tab.
Documents dash this PC group, Outlook, true type font, file and fonts, press right to switch preview. SM email dash Outlook setup 3-15-21, Adobe Acrobat document, press right to switch preview.
And now I'm using my down
SM
arrow.
email dash Outlook app 7-23-21, Adobe Acrobat document, press right to switch preview.
I'm using my down arrow to navigate my results within this group. Suppose I decide, oh, nope, I'm not looking for a document. I'm looking for an app. I can do the Shift tab here.
Documents dash this PC group, Outlook, true type font, file and fonts, press find results and documents, 3 of 7. Apps group, Outlook, left parent, new right parent, app, press right to view options. Find results and apps, 2 of 7.
So I've moved backwards. I could continue to press Tab to move you through these different groups, which I will.
Apps group, Outlook, left parent, new right parent, app, press right to view options.
The Apps group,
Find results and documents, 3 of 7.
the Documents group,
Documents dash this PC group, Outlook, true type font, file and fonts, press right to switch preview.
now I could use my up and down arrows to locate documents that fit that search criteria.
Find results and folders, 4 of 7.
Folders. Again, I could tab again to get to that search area, but I could also just do a down arrow.
Folders group, Outlook files, file folder, press right to switch preview.
In this particular instance, it does not matter. I highly encourage you to explore this area using your tabs and your down arrows. Even open things if you want to, because to be honest, that's the best way to explore things. You can always do Alt F4 to close or escape to get out of a menu that you don't want to be in. You're not going to do irreparable damage. So we're going to continue to press Tab here.
Find results and photos, 5 of 7. Photos group, Outlook Teams invite, PNG file, find results and videos, 6 of videos group, Learning Lab dash Outlook calendars, MP4, find results and settings, 7 of 7. Settings group, cloud search settings, system settings, press right to view options.
Now here's where it's going to start sounding a little different.
Quote search dash web content page, search list, back to home button to activate, press enter.
This is a back to home button that will allow you to go backwards. And that's not such a big deal. Honestly, you could probably hit escape to have the same effect. So that's not really a big one. I'm going to hit Tab again.
Filter your results list with 7 items. All button. Find the most relevant results on this PC and the web. To activate, press enter.
Now this area is a filtering results area. I could tell you about how to navigate it and how to use it using your tab and arrows to navigate to the different areas, but I'm going to be completely honest, this one isn't super useful. And the reason it isn't is because, number one, you get a lot of the same filtering in that left panel that we just exited by pressing Tab. And for another reason, honestly, once you start navigating it and you move a little bit, sometimes JAWS itself, and sometimes I'm not sure about the other screen readers, but JAWS for sure changes the way it reads what this area is and what it looks like. So I generally recommend just kind of ignoring it and leaving it alone. It's not super useful. So I'm going to press tab.
Amy.snow@y.k12.y.s button menu. Press space to activate the menu, then navigate with arrow keys.
This menu is the menu that is my account menu. If you have multiple Microsoft accounts, this is how you would get to an area, one way, I guess, of managing that account. I'm going to press tab one more time.
Options button menu. Press space to activate the menu, then navigate with arrow keys.
And this is an option menu. Again, I'm just going to open it.
Enter menu list box. Search settings. 1 of 2. To move to an item, press the arrow keys.
And you can open the search settings area or
Indexing options. 2 of 2.
I pressed the down arrow and I went to the indexing options. I'm going to press escape.
Escape list options button menu. Press space to activate the menu, then navigate with arrow keys.
That got me out of the menu. Now what happens if I press tab again?
Search document.
Now, honestly, what that does, although it doesn't do a great job of telling me, it stuck me right where I was in the beginning in that best match area. So it cycled me right around. Now, this would be a perfect time to tell you if I wanted to get to that options area, I could press tab the probably 14, 15 times that I pressed the tab button to get to that options area. Or I could count backwards by using a shift tab.
Search list options button menu. Press space to activate the menu, then navigate with arrow keys.
And go back there. Same, and if I hit shift tab again, I'd end up in that account menu.
Amy.snow@y.k12.y.s button menu. Press space to activate the menu, then navigate with arrow keys.
So that's the layout of the start menu. I just want to give you one more small example, and I'm going to press escape a couple of times to get out of the start menu again.
Escape recording region indicator.
Okay, or once. Sometimes you have to do it twice. It kind of depends on what you did in there. So I'm going to press start again, and I'm going to type the word Bluetooth.
Search box edit, type in text. Braille Blaster V2 app. Press right to view options. 1 of 3. Bluetooth and other devices settings. System settings. Press right to view options. 1 of 4.
Now you heard my jaws stutter just a little bit there because when I typed in the start of the word Bluetooth, it took that B and it wanted to open Braille Blaster until I finished typing the word Bluetooth. It took a second to process it. That does happen sometimes. That's why it's important to listen to your screen reader fully and all the way until it stops talking. Sometimes it seems like an interminable amount of time, but sometimes it takes that long to process. I'm running a screen recorder. Sometimes that slows down the processing time of my screen reader because there's more than one thing taking a lot of that working memory of my computer. So that's going to happen to me during these recordings more than it will likely happen to you when you are actually using this stuff. So back to typing in Bluetooth, what I did was I typed in something that I knew was going to come up as a setting. I can navigate this menu as I did before by using the tab to go to the sections, or I can more fine-tune navigate it because I don't need to jump big whole chunks here because if I type a setting, chances are I'm going to want to actually do something with that setting, right? So I'm going to have options that are more accessible to me if I use the down arrow. I don't want to jump these big chunks because chances are I'm not looking for a document in the PC that mentions the word Bluetooth. I might be, and if I am, I can use the tab key. But if I'm not, I want to use the down arrows. So I'm just going to show you how that sounds.
Bluetooth, find results and settings, 2 of 4. Settings group, find and fix problems with Bluetooth devices. Control panel, press right to view options.
So it told me a few things. It said, I can find and fix problems with Bluetooth devices, and it's going to open this in the control panel if I press enter. I'm not going to. I'm going to press the down arrow.
Turn on Bluetooth system settings. Press right to view options.
I can turn on Bluetooth. This will not itself turn on Bluetooth. This will take me to the setting area that will allow me to turn Bluetooth on. That is the difference. I'm going to press the down arrow.
Airplane mode settings, system settings, press right to view options.
Airplane mode settings, Bluetooth is often associated with airplane mode. Again, this is something that if I pressed enter, it would open that area of settings that would allow me to make adjustments.
Mono audio system settings, press right to view options.
Again, Bluetooth and audio are often associated, so my computer has brought up things that might be associated with the word Bluetooth that have to do with settings. I just wanted to show how that works. I'm going to press escape. Oh.
Escape recording region.
Yep, I had to do it twice that time. See, sometimes you have to do it twice. I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great day.